Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're just going to be sort of doing a kind of a benchmarking video. As you might have seen, obviously a month ago I did the 6900 XT overclock video. So now I'm going to kind of do a video a bit like a sort of like, is the 6900 XT good enough in 2026? So we'll just run it through a couple of games with an FPS counter at the top, see what results we get. The games will vary in age, sort of thing. For anyone curious, the FPS counter that I'm using up here is FPS monitor. Just type it in on Google and it'll come up. I know a lot of people prefer the Reaver tuner that comes with MSI Afterburner, but for some reason it doesn't want to work for me today, that program, so we'll go with this one. It does the same job, so yeah. So first game we're going to look at, as you can see, is Far Cry 6. I know obviously Far Cry 6 is a few years old now, but it is the most recent Far Cry game. So this is on the highest settings, which I think Ubisoft have as epic. No ray tracing, because let's face it, if you're after ray tracing you're not going to be using a 6000 series card by AMD, because they're not the best for it. But yeah, so this is on full epic settings, and as you can see we're currently hovering around the 110 sort of FPS mark. Let's get a couple of explosions on the go and see how it handles that. So yeah, we haven't really dropped below the 110 mark. Like I said, not the newest game, but not bad. It's quite a decent looking game still, to be fair. I quite like the Far Cry games for the graphics. So yeah, 110, 120 FPS, and as you can see, the clock speed for the GPU will hovering anywhere between 2000 and 2300 megahertz, and obviously the fan on mine is only at 869 RPM, but obviously the 6900 XT I'm using is a liquid cooled one, but it's hybrid cooled. It's got liquid for the actual die and then a fan for the memory. So yeah, and then as you can see, CPU utilization's only at around 40 to 55%, and that's obviously only at 58 Celsius, but that's liquid cooled as well, and it's only a Ryzen 7600. So not too bad all in all for Far Cry 6. Like I said, no ray tracing, but yeah, even dealing with explosions, which can sometimes be quite taxing on GPUs, it's not too bad. Let's try blowing this up and see what it's like. Yeah, I think we dropped to like 105. So yeah, not terrible. And we'll get into the next game. So for the second game, we've got Samson, which is obviously a lot newer and a lot better graphics. I think this game runs on Unreal 5. We go to video, as you can see, it's 1440p. It's all set to ultra, motion blur off, film grain off, all that lot. Hair strands doesn't really matter, we'll turn it on. And then yeah, like frame gen is on. We've got it set to quality, but even if we turn frame gen off, like on ultra, we're floating above or around the 60 FPS mark, which is obviously perfectly playable. There's not many like explosion sort of things I can show you in Samson, with it being more of a sort of melee combat focused game, so it's more really going to be around the driving around. But as you can see, with us driving around now, we're hitting 70 to 80, maybe a little over 80 FPS. CPU utilization is still around the 50% mark. Every now and again you see it drop, like jump up to 97%, and you can see the clock speeds keep jumping up to like 5,100 megahertz. On the GPU, it's sat floating around the 2,500 mark. But yeah, the average FPS we're getting in this is 81, 80 FPS, which isn't bad for technically a brand new game. I mean, I think this only came out a month ago, maybe a little bit longer than a month ago. And like I said, another Unreal 5 engine game, so can be quite taxing. So yeah, in regards to Samson, the 6900 XT handles it perfectly well. Let's get into the next one. So for our third and final game, as you can see, we are checking it out on Crimson Desert. Again, settings wise, we are wrong one. Crimson settings, like, stuff is weird. But as you can see, the model quality is cinematic, everything's high, cinematic, ray tracing's off, lighting quality is max, so everything's maxed out. We're obviously just out in the open here, and we're getting around the 60 FPS mark. Now obviously bear in mind that this is at 1440p, so if you're playing at 1080p you will get higher FPS, and I've been apparently mugged into a quest here, but yeah, so yeah, we're floating anywhere between 50 and 60 FPS, which for a GPU that's like 5-6 years old now isn't terrible, especially on a game like Crimson Desert. We all know it could be quite a taxing game, graphics wise. I think we might have a cutscene here. Maybe not. So yeah, I don't know what that black screen was about. So like I said, we're getting anywhere between 50 to 60, which isn't terrible for a brand new game. Obviously the GPU utilization's hovering around 97, 98, 99%. CPU's quite a bit lower than it has been in Far Cry 6 and any other game. I'm hoping we can get into a little bit of combat here, but don't know.
I'll let the others know.
But yeah, so quite clearly by the stats in the top corner, this is more of a GPU heavy sort of game instead of CPU heavy.
I told you a grey men will be coming.
Yeah, let's just skip through this and see if we can get into a bit of a fight. Oh, they're all running away. Yeah, so as you can see, it didn't dropped below 50, it's still hovered around that sort of 50-60 mark, which, like I said, isn't great, but isn't terrible for a brand new game on a 6-year-old card. Yeah, so not terrible. So when it comes to the 6900 XT, would I recommend it in 2026? Depending on what price you can get it for, I would say yes. Obviously, I wouldn't go for the model that I'm testing on currently, which is a Sapphire Toxic 6900 XT, because for one, they're still quite expensive for a 6-year-old card, with them being liquid cooled, and you'd probably have trouble finding one because they were quite rare when they were released. But any other 6900 XT, like your typical like double fan, triple fan, air cooled card, yeah, I would go for one if you just after sort of no frills gaming in 2026 without the ray tracing and all that sort of nonsense. Then they're worth looking at. I wouldn't let yourself be bullied into getting a 5070, 5080, 5090. Obviously a 5090 will set you back over £2,000, like, and you just don't need a 5090 for playing games. You really don't. Don't let anyone tell you that you do. So yeah, 6900 XT, or if you can stretch it, go for like a 7000 series AMD card if you want AMD, or even still a 40 series Nvidia GPU in 2026 be fine. But yeah, for the purpose of this video, the 6900 XT will do you perfectly well. How long for, who knows, probably a couple more years maybe before you need to upgrade, maybe longer. It depends on the state of games and how well they're sort of made for PC or ported over to PC, because as we know, PC's terrible for its ports. But yeah, I'll leave this video here for now, guys. So yeah, if you're looking at picking a GPU up and you want one that's not ridiculously expensive at the minute, the 6900 XT is definitely an option for you. If you found this video helpful, leave me a comment in the link in the comment section below. If you've got a 6900 or an XT, just let me know how you're getting on with it so far, and I will catch you all in the next video.